Yeah, I'ma kill you in a second if I have to. Use my mind as a weapon when I blast through. Put the basics in the base.
Right, fellas, episode 18 of the PT Performance Podcast with the co-host Richo and Nate. Boys, what's happening?
Good evening.
How are we going, lads? Good evening.
All right. Tonight, we're going to be talking about value and how basically extending your service outside the actual session, the one-on-one session, is where you're going to be able to provide massive value for your clients. The flow-on effect there for retention and future growth is going to be pretty obvious by the end of the show. Nate, let's kick it off, bud. So, you know, a lot of PTs do get caught in the trap where they feel that the time that they're providing the value is literally from the session to the end of the session. Then they clock out and go to the next person. What's some strategies, or what's your thoughts on how to provide the best amount of value outside those sessions for your clients?
So the mentality of the fact that you are training this person from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday and maybe every second Thursday becomes a problem because you're putting a limiting factor on that 1 hour. Essentially, that I am their trainer for an hour. They're paying me for the hour. After that, I don't give a fuck what happens to you. It's pretty common mentality that goes around because you'll hear it in price presentations of it is $70 per session. It is $50 per class. It is $10 per this, per that. Like, it's always presented that way, rather than presenting things based on the goal, for example. Now, that's not to say that you can't have a definitive system of training with me for 12 weeks is this much, or training for 24 weeks is this much. That's totally fine. What it's doing, though, is you need to, obviously, like we've already spoken about, is kind of try and build your business by targeting your niche. You need to be presenting things, the entire package from start to finish, based on the goal that's in front of you. So if you've got, let's say I go to Richo and I want Richo to put 20 kilos of muscle on me, and Richo has this, there we go. And Richo has this mentality of being new, and, you know, I just need to get sessions like, you know, hour. Okay, Mrs. Jones, or Mr. Jones, I'm not a fucking girl. It's, yep, cool. It's $75 for an hour. Yep, cool. I'll see you every Monday. And then we come in, and then after a few weeks, I'm not getting any results because in my head, I think that, you know, it should only be an hour a week and I'm fucking sweet. And then I'm like, oh, no, I make up some excuse like, oh, I can't afford it. And he's like, oh, that's okay. I'll see you around the gym, and some bullshit. And then off we go, and the process repeats itself. Whereas probably the process you should be getting into is, okay, you want to put on 20 kilos of muscle. You may or may not know, but that's incredibly fucking hard to do. You're going to be doing this for a very long time. So let's work out a way that we can work together over a longer period of time. Whether that is, let's do this package and move to that one once you've got a few things in place, whether you got cash money and you're just going to hire me for every single session that you do for the rest of your life until you get it, whatever it may be. You've kind of got to be flexible and begin with the end in mind. So a lot of stuff that, I know we're talking about value, but this is the first part of it. A lot of the stuff that I will do when it comes to initial price presentations is I will say the way that I want stuff to go, in terms of, this is where you are, this is where I want to get you, and from that point, this is how I want it to go. So when I present to people, for the most part, I don't present just for, let's say, the first 12 weeks. Let's say I only do 12-week blocks. I will present for the next 3 to 4. Okay, so within these 12 weeks, this is what I want to do. I want us to train 3 times a week, and this is why, and this is what I expect at the end of it. From there, I want to go to this. Now, I don't know if you boys do this, I'm one of the only PTs that will happily downgrade and lose money if I think it's not going to be valuable for the client to do as what they're doing anymore. So I will downgrade client sessions to something else if I feel that it is going to be more valuable for them, because I'm thinking long term. I'm not thinking cash grab right now. I'm thinking long term, because I would like to be involved with these people for as long as possible, purely because.
Give us an example of why you would downgrade someone.
So, for example, let's say they come in and they're completely new. Okay, Richo, I am going to need to train you for 3 times a week. And then I do hour blocks. So we're going to train 3 times a week. And this is why. This is what I expect after 6 months. You've gained a couple of kilos here, this. Let's say after 6 months, they lift as good as you lift now. And for those who don't know, Richo's a gun lifter. He's better than all of us. They lift as good as you lift now. Is it feasible, Richo, for you in your current capacity to expect to have to train with a trainer 3 times a week? Like you, the way you are now. Would you pay someone to train you 3 times a week, really?
No.
More than likely, like maybe to get some technique stuff from someone super fucking high level, but they're not going to physically sit there and spot you and whatever. They're going to go, that shit, fix this, program, go. That's the level I'm talking about. People can reach a certain point where they probably don't get as much value out of that product anymore. And it's up to you to steer the ship to where they're going to get the most value because you've got their best results in mind. So I know we kind of got onto price presentations and but this is just me talking about adding value as such. This is the...
No, that's good. Mate, that's a level of value that when we talk value, probably a lot of people don't consider that part. When you're providing massive amounts of value from day one in terms of what you're investing of yourself into the client as well. So when they sit back and they're doing the math in their mind or they're justifying it later, that is value, man. So for those listening, that's massive amount of value before you've even had to step foot back on the gym.
We don't do it because essentially when you're talking about downgrading packages, you're talking about losing money or taking money out of your own pocket. And from a business perspective, that's a massive no-no. You want to increase profit. But at the end of the day, we are in the people business. Like you get more business through referrals and stuff because you are good at what you do. You are a good person. For the most part, when people will refer PTs, they won't go, oh, just go EMF or just go this place. Those guys are awesome. They might do that, but for the most part, if someone's looking for something specific, they will tag or tell you about someone. If you're looking for someone to sell your house, yeah, you might go to Ray White, but you want David, who's within Ray White, because he's a gun and you saw the extra mile he went to for one of your clients. I've got one of my clients tonight. Her real estate agent, who has just got this contract over the line, literally organized her solicitor. The people who were buying it, got them a new broker so they could get finance, got them a new solicitor, was organizing quotes for my client to get landscaping, and was happy to go meet the landscapers to let them into the house. Guy's a fucking real estate agent.
Yeah, service and value, man. It's next level,
Like,
isn't it?
I get that it's a bit above and beyond and stuff like that, but when you're talking about maybe even looking at something like service like Purple Bricks and paying a flat shop commission or paying a couple grand extra and getting all of that extra value, saving the time. Like he got that contract over the line. He's going to get that house sold. Pay him the money. Like this is the same thing here that we're talking about. Like if you are going to ask someone, Richo, I need you to train 3 times a week for an hour. This is the cost. This is the investment. Let's say it's $200 a week, for example. It's $200 a week. Fuck, it's $200 a week. I know $200 a week for you in your current situation is a shit ton of cash, but this is what we want out of it. And it's not going to last forever. I don't want you to do this forever. I want you to do it now. And this is why. And once you've done that, then you're coming back down to this. And you're only coming back down to this once you've ticked these boxes because I know I can trust you. And this is way more manageable for you, isn't it? Yeah, I can do that for fucking forever until you ditch me or until I ditch you. Like you're not going to be around forever. You have to start thinking about setting people up for success, not having you around.
Yeah,
because it's going to happen.
I think that's great. It's about levels, right? So if and part of your method there is to, for those listening, another way to look at it is you're educating your client on how to speak the right language moving forward. So right now you say, well, you're going to have to spend a lot more time with me to get it to that level. So then later when you can feed them that next level education or next level movements, all the rest of it, programming, they get it. They don't need you to hold their hand as often.
I'm very big on wording. Like I'm very big on words. So like your word is your bond kind of thing. So if Richo has a problem with me, Richo will come to me and tell me the problem before he goes and maybe says something to somebody else. Like I won't hear about it by proxy. I'll hear about it straight from him. So when I've got someone coming to me at the gym saying, oh, I want to lose 20 kilos, I don't hear all the awkward noises around them of, yeah, I want to get fit. And I hear, I want to lose 20 kilos. All right, bitch, you want to lose 20 kilos? Let's go. Like, I'm not going to put you on a treadmill and say, run. I'm going to say, okay, you want to lose 20 kilos. You don't know how to lose it. Let's show you how to do it.
Yep.
Like everyone has this in their job that they might do, whether it be real estate, whether it be landscaping, whether it be whatever. They have people that come to them with a vision of something that they want, and you have to try to help that person get it because they don't know how to get it themselves.
Yeah.
Everyone has this in their thing, so you have to build the vision for them, and you have to tell them how this thing goes and how it works, because you have to assume the role of the expert, not the expert asshole, but the expert. And there's a very fine line, and I often squash both.
So to also bring Nate back to the actual point of this episode, is that you can't achieve that by simply just seeing someone for an hour and putting them through a weight session.
And
you
having
have
that mentality of that,
you have to encompass everything. So, like, I find it so crazy that people don't even have a program to follow. Like, there's some trainers in my gym that don't even have an iPad or even a fucking notebook. Like, there's Tash, a girl I used to work with at the Good Life, and she's been doing it since fucking dinosaurs were around. And she's not up with technology, but she still has a notebook with, like, for all of her clients, with every single one of their workouts and everything already pre-planned. I know some trainers that just, the clients rock up and they go, "What do you want to do today?" The trainer goes to them, "What do you want to do today? What do you feel like doing?" And they just take them for some half-assed, haphazard fucking.
Can we do some back?
Like, when you, like Nathan was saying, to get them to what they want to get to, you have to have everything planned out for them. It's not just about that hour. You have to have their entire week, like mesocycle. Everything has to be planned out for them. Like, you might only, like, I do my week come in, I do my training plans in 4-week blocks. So people get their training plans in 4-week blocks. They get their nutrition guidelines in 2 to 4 week blocks. And we check in every 2 to 4 weeks to make sure that what's happening is what we want to happen. And I also have a Google Doc sheet that they have to update every single night to make sure that we're all staying on track, because this is how they get to what they want to get to. Me just seeing them for an hour out of 168 every week is not fucking going to get them to lose 20 kilos. So
100%.
Instead of just looking at that hour and just taking for their paces, they need to know what they're doing when they're not with you. They need to still have you checking in on them when you're not with them. Like, I've got a Google Doc spreadsheet. So I'll see if someone has a big fucking fuck up, if they're supposed to be on 1,900 calories and they enter in for the day 3,500 calories, I'm going to fucking message them the next day and find out what the hell happened, because that's not supposed to happen. That's not going to get them to their goal. So I jump on that as quick as I can to find out whether I need to sit down and have a talk to someone, because obviously we want to get to it before it turns into 10 days of 3,500 calories before I see them again.
Yep. So look, that's I love that stuff, fellas, and those that are listening should take massive amounts of value from that little chat there. Is that the value in that context is all at the front end and in how you deliver your actual service. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to step it back and go, what are some actual outside the session value items or value that we can apply? Things like seminars, like putting on seminars specific for your client base or invitation only.
Yes.
And now if we were to start off with seminars, some things to obviously be aware of is, as the PT, your education and your limitations, and what I would call your personal trainer age. Like, you may have been a PT for a year, but you may have 10 years of exercise science and knowledge behind you. So your PT age would be greater than someone who literally did a Cert 3, Cert 4, jumped on their PT wagon and in they go. So when you present these seminars, I don't want people thinking, "Oh, great, I'm a PT, I'll put together a seminar and we'll put it on this topic," but you don't really know much about it. Okay, so you've got to understand where you're at. Nate, you mentioned, I think whether it was in the pre-show or early, that teaming up with other PTs that are like-minded or that can share that as well. But let's take it back to just you, the PT, offering some sort of seminar for your client. Richo, what topics would you cover on something like that, mate?
I was going to do a seminar. It'll be like eating habits, or like the key lifts, like the key movements, hip hinging, squatting, all that sort of jazz. If I was to do a seminar, there's a pretty good power lifter at my gym, Jacko. So I'd look at doing something with him, and also just so happens our nutrition sort of our nutrition beliefs line up as well. So it would be very easy to do a double whammy with him. And Nate,
Awesome.
we're very similar as well, and obviously training and nutrition concepts as well. So that'd be really easy to do.
Yep.
Yeah, like the seminar stuff is, for me, I've done a stack of them. For me, any seminar comes back to presenting the way that you believe the information should be presented. No fucking duh. For mine is all basic problem solving. It's essentially debunking. It's like all the fitness and nutrition stuff is French, and I'm helping them how to speak it. It's just basics. I don't go too crazy with my seminars because I know my audience in terms of I'm speaking to mums, I'm speaking to girls who are probably aren't going to take in 75% of what I say. So I have to pick my stuff very carefully, knowing that whatever I say, there's going to be 10 girls in their social network that are going to say, that white boy's an idiot, don't listen to him, this is what got me results, which is also totally fine. I hold no emotional charge over any of that stuff anymore. I'm supposed to be the voice of reason, so I try to be that and try to help them to think logically. That's what I do when I present seminar topics. Quickly back to what Richo said, the first port of value that you should be providing for everybody is if you are their trainer, if you are their health and fitness person. See, I'm using my hands a lot tonight. If you are their health and fitness person, then that simply means that you need to be taking everything about their goal and looking after all of it. So if I am training Richo and he wants to put on 20 kilos of muscle and he, in his wisdom, absolutely has to train 5 days a week, and he's like, I'm like, cool, let's start you at just training 3 with me, and then we'll add some sessions. No, I want to do 5. I want to do 3 with you and 2 extras. Okay, fuck it. I need to be taking care of every single one of those sessions for him. I need to be looking after all of his week. That is why I suggest most people, when they start presenting stuff, is that I tell people whatever option that we pick, every option is all encompassing. It all includes the exact same stuff. The only differential in your price packaging is time. That's literally how I say it. Everything, just so you know, everything here is exactly the same. You are not stepping down in terms of value on anything. The only thing that is changing here is time.
Face-to-face time.
Face-to-face time, because time is money. Oh, okay, well, fuck it. If nothing's ever changing, then why don't I go this thing where you only do my program and my food? That would absolutely be an option for you. I'm not actually going to let you buy that option, though, because you are a goober and you don't know a chest press from your asshole. So I need some time to get you right and to get you moving like Richo, so I can bring you back down, save you some money, and know you're not going to hurt yourself and push yourself to get the result. Does that sound great? Yes, it does. Cool, done, finished.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I guess
straightforward.
Yeah. So like there's so many, when we talk about value, there's so many different things you can do. Like a lot of my clients love the Google Docs sheet. So if you don't know what it is, it's pretty much just like a Excel spreadsheet, but it uploads to both my device and their device the minute they write something in. So that means they don't have to send an email each night or hit send or anything like that. Literally, they go onto Google Docs. It's a free app on their phone. They type in the numbers, and then I'll open my phone, and literally as they type it, it will appear on my phone. So it goes in real time. So if I need to write comments back, I can write comments, and it's in real time, and I just check that when I'm going to jump in bed at nighttime. I just go through, check everything. If there's anything that I really need to, I go to get bed quite late, so I obviously can't message people at midnight, 1 a.m. asking why they're not eating. So I just make a little note of it for myself, and then I'll message them the next morning to figure out what's going on to make sure that we stay on track, because obviously there's a reason why they fill it out. Now I've got some clients that take it more seriously than others, so their Google Doc sheet is a lot bigger. So for example, some of the things that some of the columns they might have to provide for me might be their weight for the day. I have some people that weigh in every morning. I obviously have a lot of people that don't do that, but I have some people that weigh in every morning. They've got to tell me their calories for the day, their grams of protein, carbs, fats, fiber, how many steps they did for the day, how many hours of sleep they got for the day, did they take their minerals, how many liters of water did they drink, and then there's a comment section for them to write anything to me as well. So that's one of the more advanced people who wants to tell me everything, because at the end of the day, the more data I have, the more I can help someone change. Okay. Because I don't care what anyone says. At the start, with nutrition in particular, it is an educated guess as to how much calories someone is going to need to change the way they want to change. So the more data I can have, the better. So obviously I don't have everyone doing that. I have some people that just literally put in their calories, their protein, and their sleep and their steps. Everyone on different things. I have some people that I don't even get bothering to use the sheets because they're not even anywhere near that at the moment. But that's just an added level of service and an added level of accountability as well.
And data's king. I mean, what I'm about to say with regards to how you can provide value, whether it's via seminars or by doing group sessions, or whether it's by going out and taking them grocery shopping, you need to know you need to know what your clients are. You need to know what their goals are. So you got to really understand them, and the more data, the better, because there's no point me saying, hey guys, as a get together for this month, what I'm going to do, we're all going to get together and I'm going to go show you how to play defensive end. It's going to be fun, guys. You know what I mean? If they have zero interest in American football or athletics in general, then that's not fun for them, because I haven't paid attention to what they want. It's just like grocery shopping. Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to read labels properly, and a lot of people don't know what to do when they go shopping. But again, I have most of my clients might go, it's fucking boring. I don't want to go grocery shopping. Like there's no value.
No way.
You know what I mean? So you've got to find out what works for them. I mean, if I had a
get a list together, get a few options together, and go, what'd be good?
Yeah. I mean, just examples. Say, guys, what do you guys want? I'd love to do some things. Like when it comes to team training sessions, I think that's fantastic, man, because it's a social element to it. You get to get all your team together, and they get to kind of, suss each other out under the one common.
And there's a few different ways to do that. Like a way I used to do it as well was back when I used to do a lot more cardio. On a Saturday morning was when I do my cardio. So what I started doing was I started inviting, it was an open session. So all of my clients were welcome to come and train with me and do a cardio session. And then from there, they get to train with you. So they definitely feel like they become closer to you as well. They get to taunt you and tease you as they always want to do, because obviously I'm not the best cardio. But then sometimes as well, I'd follow it up with a breakfast. I'd say, Wicked, let's all go for breakfast together. So again, it just creates that culture. It's that extra family thing. It's what you do. Like my trainer and all his clients, we all had a training session together, then went for breakfast together as well. Like I got to do the cardio anyway. I like to go for breakfast on a Saturday morning anyway. All I'm doing is adding that better value for my clients and creating a better culture among all my people, because then guess what? All my clients get to know each other. So when they see each other in the gym, they're going to say hello to each other, talk to each other. Feels like a more team environment. They might even end up hooking up training sessions together where they train together. And everything evolves from there. But again, that's just another idea as well. There's so many ways to add value outside of literally the 60 minutes for $75 or whatever everyone's charging these days.
The social aspect would be really good. I mean, we're not the best group to talk to about that, but there's some girls and guys that I know that have their private Facebook groups or their private Instagram conversations, and they just fucking kill it. Because they're so enthusiastic about the platform that they're on, they get all of their clients to organically be excited about it too. So they're all in this thing, posting up shit, encouraging each other, just like, yeah, this is what I cooked, this was that. Holy hell, Mandy, what's that? Can you send the recipe? Yeah, here's the recipe. And they're like, some people really steamroll and get going with that. Like, I'm not good with it, so it's not my thing. I need the face-to-face. But some people, they own that space. And that's how they get a lot of their stuff. Because look at this, their friends see, look at this fucking platform that I'm a part of. Look at he put up a workout for the day. They did a video for it. Like, everything.
And we're not saying to do 100 of these things.
No.
But even one,
be really good at it.
Like if you're like, go with what you're good at. If the Facebook thing's your thing, go for it, because that alone, I guarantee you, is going to put you ahead of the game, ahead of 99% of the other PTs out there at the moment. Just even that one extra mile thing, and that's all. That's what you should be looking for, at least one extra mile thing. And if Facebook's your thing, then do that. If doing group things together is your thing, then do that. Like, just again, find out what your clients will resonate with the most, and then run with that.
Yeah, and listen, like I've been obviously at level 39, as we always talk about. Been in the game longer than the social media scene, so I can tell you with great authority that the PTs that I've always seen that do this, even before they had social media to amplify or to make it easier to pull off, the ones that have a culture and a group thing outside the PT sessions where all their individual clients come together, fucking kill it. And what you'll end up seeing is you'll have other members in the gym that'll see the clients, client A's finishing the session with you. As client B is coming on to the next session, there's this little hub of activity. One bails out, then the PT kicks off the next session. People want to be a part of that. They love seeing, like, especially that fringe member that's around and they go to the gym because they know they got to. They haven't got a PT because they're not sure how to. And then they see these interactions with people with the PT. Then they see the two clients talking. It just generates lead opportunities for you as well. So it goes beyond client retention and it goes beyond making your day fun, but it does open up massive lead opportunities there as well if you do it right. So by leveraging social media to then take your community to be a 24/7 round the clock, round the world, not that you're going for a world audience at this stage, but essentially you can be connecting and growing that team without having to once a month or once a fortnight. They're just things that boost it up even more. The teamed workouts, the team breakfast, shit you're going to do anyway and just invite people along. It's powerful. It's awesome. All right. So we've covered seminars. We've covered little social activities. Again, using technology, keep in mind the seminar's great. If you don't have the facility or you can't get everyone together at the same time, do a webinar, record that shit and give it out to all your client base. You know what I mean? You fellas would have done, you jumped online to learn something and it was done on a webinar. Maybe it was a recorded webinar. Maybe it was a live one. What kind of value did you get out of that?
No, look, I've never done webinars as such. I've definitely done YouTube videos and stuff and send them to people, like they're unlisted videos that send privately to clients. That's the extent of mine. I've never physically sat and watched a webinar only because I've got a really bad problem with energy of presenters and stuff like that. So if you're not somewhat,
I'm the same, dude. I'll log out.
If you have the personality of a loincloth, I don't give a shit how smart you are. I'm not going to fucking listen.
Just let it run, mute it, go back to sleep. Because most of the ones I'm watching at like 4 o'clock in the morning because of the time difference. If it's boring, I just let it run and come back and get the replay. But point being that if what we're trying to do is teach people that do the webinar, but be fucking entertaining, and they're your clients. So they're already like you. They're already connected with you at some capacity anyway. So hopefully they're not going to mute you and turn you off and come back later because you've got something to say and they like you anyways.
Just ask your clients what the hell they want. Just ask them what they're after and they will often tell you, and then you can go away and mold some ideas and then come back. Everyone's got at least one client who is more of a confidant who you can tell things candidly to in a, hey, I'm thinking of doing this for my business. What do you reckon? And they'll be like, yeah, that'll be okay. That's a bit shit. This will be all right. They've got people who they can run stuff past. I mean, I've always had a client who is a graphic designer who I get to do all my graphic stuff. So I can have someone who I can candidly ask stuff to. What do you reckon for this? What do you reckon for that? Yeah, that doesn't matter. This matters. That's okay. And they'll tell me if ideas are shit or if they're good. Some people are just too polite to tell you if anything's good or not. But any idea you put out into the system, you kind of have to continue to roll with. You can't just put it out there and be like, oh, I put on a monthly group class and only one person showed up. Well, that was shit. I'm not going to do that again. If you're going to do the monthly group class, you've got to give stuff time to kind of steamroll, much like everything else. So pick something that you can probably commit to that's not going to, it's fun for you as well as it is for them. Don't make it a chore because then you'd be like, fuck it, I'm not doing it.
If you build it, they will come. It's especially in this day and age. People get FOMO. If you're not sure what that stands for, it's fear of missing out. It's one of those things where, like, you might start it and 15 people seem like they're interested, so you run ahead with it, and then, or only 5 people seem like they're interested, but the 5 people come. When all those 5 people and you're talking about it, they're going to be like, oh, fuck, I should have done that. And then they're going to be keen to get in on the next one. And you watch how much, once you start it, and a few people get rolling, you watch how much it will multiply very, very quickly because people have such a big fear of missing out. Such a big fear of missing out. And when 2 of your clients are talking about it and the third one doesn't know what they're talking about because they missed it, or there's a joke that was said that they missed, they're going to feel left out, and I guarantee you they're going to be the next one.
Guys, and leverage the idea of a private Facebook group like we just talk about, okay, let's paint a picture. You've created a private group on your Facebook, okay? You've got all your clients in there. There's not much on, right? Then you have this weekend workshop or this weekend team session. Use up, 2 other clients turn up, you do a workout. Even if you're uncomfortable doing it, snap some fucking photos, guarantee it's worth it. Take a couple of photos, go get your brekkie, post it in that page. Next week, hey guys, we're doing it again. Someone's going to jump in on that. And in the meantime, hey, send the photos on halfway through the week. Like, you can do it as a strategy. Photos are taken today. You had a good workout. You talk about having the good workout. Come Monday, post the photos up. Remind the people that went how fun it was, and the people that didn't get to go got FOMO. They're going to sit there and go, oh, I was really not doing anything on Saturday. I probably could have made that. On Wednesday, send out a reminder. Hey guys, don't forget this Saturday we've got the breakfast workout, followed by the feed. Friday night, hey guys, who's turning up? You might add another one, and flow on from that. Make it a process, make it a system. Okay, I want to squat 6 plates by the end of a 12-week period. How do you do that? You don't just rock up in 12 weeks' time and have a crack at it. You got to build that up, right? So it's the same concept. Put it into growing your what are you laughing at? You got to grow your culture.
Oh, it's got a client message come through. Fucking idiot. I hope he watches this. And are we done? I think that's perfect. I think
that's us.
I think we've come up with as much ideas as us 3 knuckleheads can come up with. But the key factor is you've got to start with the end goal in mind. And if you're not sure, ask. And then whatever you put in play, keep doing it and keep cracking along. At some point, you'll refine it. It'll get better. And you'll grow from it. It'll help you out.
Know what you
and just remember, I guess as well, the big thing for me is just remember, like, if you've got, let's just say you're doing 30 like 1 hour sessions, let's say it's a 1 hour. Okay. Your job does not only take 30 hours a week. Okay. If you have that many sessions, then you have a lot of programming to do. You have a lot of nutritional guidelines to give. Like, you fucking have work to do outside of that. Okay.
Yep.
Don't be fucking lazy. Like, provide the fucking service that you're supposed to be providing, because just taking someone for a random 60-minute workout every week is not a fucking service.
No.
So,
and if you do, don't be surprised when you can't get some money out of it.
Yeah. Don't be surprised when they last about a month, don't see results, get over it and go to someone else, or go to another or just stop training with you altogether.
Yeah, altogether.
Guys, in summary, rewind back. There's 17 episodes leading up to this one. We can take bits and pieces out of each one to come up with what's the best way for you to provide value outside your service. Know your shit. Know what makes you tick. Know what makes your member tick. They touched on this on MFCEO just this week, was know what you hate, know what you love, and know what you're good at. Combine those things and you'll be able to provide the best value to your clients anyways, and know what they hate, know what they love, and know what they're good at. Same deal. You'll be able to come up with something pretty special.
Just a last little message as well, guys. If you are getting value out of this, please tell some of your friends about it, or anyone that you think can benefit from listening to this. And if there is anything in particular that you get out of the episode, drop us a comment and let us know what it was. Or if there's anything you would like us to discuss, drop a comment and know what it is.
Me. Everyone messages Mooney. Message me, you fucks.
Yeah, because
I want to feel
because they don't want to get abused, and that's pretty much
it. I'm nothing but love. I am all bark, 0 bites. Don't worry about it, and recommend us to some people.
I reckon I know what it could be. It could be because at the end of the episodes where Nate goes, "Don't fucking message me, just fucking message me."
I'm waiting.
That could be why.
I'm off social media at the moment. I'm off social media.
Hermit, just leave me alone.
That was the best month of my life. I came back to a lot of messages saying, "People, please get back on social media. Your account is so interesting." So I obliged. So now I'm back on. So you're welcome.
We want screenshot proof of one message saying that, Nathan.
That I'm back on. You're welcome. I'll get my wife to send it to me, and then I'll send it to the boys.
Guys, look, shout out to the guys that have been reaching out to us, man. We've sent out we're probably up to about 15 to 20. It's probably a big gap. It's probably close to 18 to 20 worksheets from episode fucking 4 or 5 when we put out the PT success or accountability worksheet. So anyone listening, if you haven't got that yet, get in touch. We'll flick that out. Those that have asked for it, it's awesome. Thanks for getting in touch. Those that have referred those people to get in touch with us, keep doing it. We love it. The more, the better. Let's drown out the bullshit noise and just let our bullshit reign supreme, because they're going to learn from it. It's going to pay off.
The fact that we had one person message asking for it was enough, but the fact we've got more is very good. So please keep questions coming. We need it, otherwise I get bored of talking to these two.
Hey guys, again, also, if you've got anyone, if you want to be on the show, if you think you got some value to add, get in touch. If you can think of someone you would love us to get in touch with to drag them out, we've got a bit of a list building, which is fantastic. But yeah, get in touch. The more the merrier. Spread the network, eh?
Excellent. All right, boys. Love you.
That's a wrap.
Bye, lads. Love your work.
Talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
lads.
Bye.